You should have core bite number 11, and make sure that you are pausing the video after each hint, completing the work and your answer. And also, you will notice that numbers 1, 2, and 3 are circled. Those are the problems that you need to make sure that you understand for your quiz, which will be next Friday. Your core bite quiz will be next Friday. Number 1 says a quart of orange juice costs $3. What is the cost per cup? Now, what that is asking you is, what is the cost for 1 cup? When you see the word per, it's asking you for the cost or the amount for 1 item. Pause your video and underline the important information and write down what per means. Now, before you can determine the cost for 1 cup, you have to know how many cups are in 1 quart. Because the problem says a quart of orange juice costs $3, and then it's asking you for the cost per cup. A cup is different than a quart. So we've got to know how many cups are in 1 quart. I need you to write this information down. There are 4 cups in 1 quart. Pause your video and write that down. So to determine how much 1 cup costs, we're going to take the $3, I'm going to write it down here because I'm running out of room, and we're going to divide it by 4 because there are 4 cups. This quart right here is really 4 cups. So to determine how much 1 cup costs, we would take the total cost $3 and divide it into 4 cups. Now, you should know how to divide with decimals because this is what we have been working on in class. So with that hint, I need you to pause your video, show your work, and write your answer to number 1 in the blank. Do that now. Number 2 says to list all of the factors of 10. Factors are numbers that you multiply. Numbers you multiply to get a product. Pause your video and write that down. So you've got to think of all of the numbers that you can multiply to get 10. So down at the bottom of your handout, you just make a list of all of the different numbers that you can multiply together to get a product of 10. Pause your video and complete number 2. Number 3 says to identify, that means to tell the variable in the expression x plus 3. So looking at your expression x plus 3, you're going to write down whether the variable is the x, the plus sign, or the 3 sign. We talked about this last week when we did a core bite. So pause your video and answer number 3. Number 4, what is a visual way to display data? Think about if you've ever been in a survey of like your favorite movie or favorite hobby. What is a visual way to display that? A picture, a chart, or a graph? What is the best visual way? Pause your video and answer number 4. Now that you have answered all 4 problems, we're going to go back and you should watch me as I go through the correct answers and correct any that you missed. Okay, for number 1, you should have done this division problem down here at the bottom. 4 will not go into 3, but it will go into 30 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. When you subtract, you get 2. Bring down your 0, and 4 goes into 20 5 times. So the correct answer for number 1 is 75 cents is the price per cup for 1 cup. Number 2, hopefully you wrote down 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. Those are the ways, those are the numbers, those are the factors of 10 because 1 times 10 is 10 and 2 times 5 is 10. If you missed that one, go back and correct or make sure that you have the correct answer in this blank. Number 3, you should have chosen the x, that is the variable. A variable is a letter of an alphabet that is standing in the place of a number. So in this expression, X is the variable. And number 4, the answer was C, a graph. The best way to display data is through some type of graph, a bar graph, a line graph, a line plot that we'll talk about later on this year. A picture is not the best way. And a chart, this is too vague. What kind of chart? It doesn't really say. It doesn't give us enough information. So graph is the best way to display data. If you will make sure that you have all of your work and answers correct and put this in your pocket folder. Remember, I am taking up this paper tomorrow to check to make sure that each day's Core Byte sheet is complete with the work, your answers, and the correct answers and work. So make sure that if you haven't done that, that you go back and watch the videos in Google Classroom and make up any of these that you have not done.